dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty hammer swings with just a song aside. In battles endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land he'll stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true. Through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorceress stands with magic so sublime. Her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty hammer swings with just a song aside. In battles endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true. Through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorceress stands with magic so sublime. Her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty hammer swings with just a song aside. In battles endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true. Through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorceress stands with magic so sublime. Her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty hammer swings with just a song aside. In battles endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran is faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true. Through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorceress stands with magic so sublime. Her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Thor in the dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty Hamlet swings with justice on his side. In battle's endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran is faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true. Through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorceress stands with magic so sublime. Her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Thor in the dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the
And happy Friday, everybody! I am going to move some of these around because apparently, according to this, that
yeah, it is a Saturday. Yeah. But anyway, so just to round it all off, that's why Medusas can't park cars. Anyway,
I knew it. I was on your side the whole time.
Welcome back, everyone. While Leah does the housekeeping and works out what screens are going where, last week was very exciting. People almost lived. Moon, in One Eye's inimitable style, would you like to give us a quick recap for the audience?
Yes, it will be quick because there weren't many notes because we did lots of fighting. Yikes! Yeah, he looks bad, not in good shape. Sing, that'll work. I mean, if you're sure. Big room, shinies. Yeah, you're not good at recon. Yeah, that's a big room, big round thing in it. Yeah, it's shiny. Gods, I need to brush up on my recon. Then we saw a bunch of statues. Then we saw them, Then Graska decided to go into the room. Graska, don't. Yeah.
Graska,
We ain't doing much. We're standing around. We're not doing much. So yeah, I'm gonna put a ball bearing through. Yeah, that did not do anything. But we saw a rune in Ancient Goblin and Orc. It had this whole big prophecy thing. Big writing thing. We're still trying to decipher what it truly means. We'll get there eventually. Then a whole bunch of stuff happened. What just happened? I knew this was a bad idea. Yeah, there's no reasoning with those. You're bringing it over here. I'm not being free goblin meat because of you, Gorink. Nope, I'm gonna hide away. Not dying today. Arrow stopped my team becoming food. I ain't being stranded here on my own. Damn it, Gorink! Another one bites the dust. Yes, I'm happy. I'm hidden away and fighting from here. Do not want to be in that place. Ah, the singing. Why? That joke was real bad. No wonder why it didn't work. And then, finally, the big bad went down.
Fantastic. Thank you. Brilliant. That's fully sort of enlightened everyone as to the joys of last session, where the ceiling was falling on purpose. So the dust is literally still settling. You are generally sort of picked yourself up, and you are still obviously in the sort of the chamber that you had uncovered. Let's get my reference up here. You have this sort of large, sort of round,
room,
circular slab. It's engraved with these runes, which I did give you a transcript of, but I'll quite happily
remind us, because
make that happen again. Actually, I just wonder if I've got as a handout. If you're very lucky.
We interest you in our Lord
I
and Savior.
done that as a handout. No, it's one of the few things I haven't grabbed. Oh no, hang on, player's handout. Player art. No, not what I was hoping for. Just to check one more thing. Let me see if I can. Right, so there should be a pop-up appearing on your screen of what the seal looks like. So you have these 5 heroic statues of various races, each with an arm outstretched over the centre, a kobold, a male hobgoblin warrior, a female hobgoblin singer, a male orc shrouded in a cloak that seems to be made of scales, and a minotaur wielding a great axe.
That's what these notes mean.
And as you can see, the great axe is constructed of that same purple-hued metal that the dagger stolen by the gargoyle woman, and is of these, you can see these various statues, is the only statue holding a weapon. The others almost certainly with a bit of a like, yeah, you reckon, yes, that's probably a thing of the other weapons needing to be slotted back into various outstretched or otherwise poised hands to complete the set. There were 4 other statues around the place, of which only 3 remain, because one of them suddenly sort of started moving and was a sort of a red-hued gargoyle as it started to shift, which you managed to slay before it escaped the chamber on whatever mission it was on. The engravings on the plinth of the statues are written in Goblin and Orcish, and I can absolutely remind you of what those plinths all say. Sorry, you were about to say, Kate.
That I read Goblin. I was just going, me!
Okay. One of the things I'll do is, I thought I had it ready to hand out, but I haven't, is I'll type up the inscriptions probably after the session, but just to bring them back to the forefront of your brains. 5 blades to bind the stone, 5 heroes to bear them. The longsword to the warriors of Kazakh Dral, bound by honour. The gladius to the Jurkala, who keep our treasured songs. The axe to the minotaurs of the fist, wielding strength above all. The dagger to the kobolds of the mountains, kept by cunning. And the sickle to the orcs of the Wyrm, whose magic draws the seal. but you have, while sort of noises of the mine workers approaching and sort of starting to sort of properly sort of secure the ways back down, up and down from the pit. A chance to do a little bit more investigation, probably without anything else trying to bite you, fall out of the sky onto you, or otherwise make life slightly more interesting than you're otherwise finding comfortable.
Probably.
So what would you like to do?
That feels like a trap.
Everything feels like a trap. Well, let's do a bit more investigation. Let's have a look at these statues and try to work out which one should be wielding what. Because, again, I got through to 5 blades and 5 to wield them before you spoke too fast.
Yeah, okay, no problem. So, the human should have a sword, long sword. The gladius, which is a type of short sword, to the female half-orc. Sorry, no, the hobgoblin. Sorry, the hobgoblin singer. So the long sword to the hobgoblin warrior, the gladius to the hobgoblin singer.
Oh, the sword, long sword.
The orc, is wearing the cloak of scales, so that one should have the sickle. The dagger to the kobolds, and the minotaur still has the great axe in its hand.
The dagger presumably is the same dagger that our friend Percival or Percy had. Is that in place now, or has it still not been returned to?
No, that has not been returned. And in fact, actually, if you could make us a history check, please.
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Nice. So you not only confirmed just from observing the type of metal, but in terms of recognizing the background, see that it is constructed in the same style. It's a very brutalist, simple, functional style, which you recall being ascribed to the ancient Zakani goblins, who were past masters at creating very sort of simple but effective weaponry, and they tended to work with exotic metals and alloys, so as well as stuff like this stuff, which you now know to be called Byeshk, Byeshk. They also typically worked with things like mithril, adamantine, but they're very sort of straight and functional. They don't tend to go for ornamentation, and you are recognizing some of the kind of the squared off, plain edged, functional parts of the weapon that you remember seeing from the dagger itself as well. So yes, absolutely constructed almost certainly by the same person, and probably as part of a batch at the same time.
Basically, sorry, I will shut up in a minute, but would everybody be agreed that it looks like whoever is doing this is trying to return their weapons to the statues in order to finish some kind of enchantment or raise some kind of creature?
Well,
Yeah, potentially.
well,
I mean, go on, one eye.
are we still in the?
Yeah.
Well, if you have a look, there are 3 statues, and on 2 that side and then 1 that side. There aren't 2 on the other, and there's footprints here.
Could you make a survival check for me, please, Cheek?
fuck.
Lovely. As you're pointing these things out, you actually specifically notice there is a pattern of dust within the chamber, implying or rather confirming your theory that yes, there was a fifth statue that would have been standing beside the orc hero, in addition, which is identical to the pattern of dust from where the newer gargoyle that you fought emerged. So
Because if you look there, there's some dust, and if you look here, sort of like points at himself as he's covered in dust. I don't know my dust from my dust, but I think these dusts match. And they look very similar to those three there. I don't know why I've got so sassy.
I do, because you're you.
Graska's just there, just like, aha.
So, I've got a bit of a what did my papa call it? Hypothesis that maybe, just maybe, whatever is behind this plot is attempting to possibly get the gargoyles to not be still anymore. They need to be up and moving.
Maybe. Where is this fifth statue? Because there's 5 statues on there already.
So, as you can see on the map, there are now 3 gargoyle statues. So I'm pinging.
Okay, I'm looking at the wrong statues. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. There was, when he first entered, also a statue here. Where I'm pinging.
Yep, I got you.
Now, the dust, the rock all crumbled away. It turned into a very active gargoyle who started beating up and then making a break for it. What Jeek has also identified is there is a similar pile of dust here.
I'm with you. Sorry, my bad.
So
where I'm pinging the blue, the blue circles. Okay, so yeah, there was one.
I was looking at these guys.
Yeah. So no, so those statues there are just representative of the hobgoblins, the minotaur, the kobold, and the orc.
And I didn't really get a good look at the gargoyle on the train. I was too busy trying not to die. But the gargoyle that we fought on the train looks a heck of a lot like these guys. I'm just going to go into it. Jeek's sassy now.
It did. I mean, because it definitely had wings. We knew it flew.
Yeah, nearly hit me with one of its wings. It would have hurt.
So,
what does everyone else think of the hypothesis?
I like it.
My question is why the gargoyles are not the heroes?
Because the gargoyles look bigger. And bigger things hit harder, I think.
And maybe they are. I mean, in their own minds anyway.
Akinferus, what are you doing?
Lying on the floor bleeding, mainly.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm going to go.
Where is
Ferris?
Where is he? Is he hit this one here?
Yeah.
Alright, Jeek's gonna walk over, pick Akinferus up and just sort of throw him over his shoulder.
I'm going to get you to put him down because thanks to our level up last week, I've got heal wounds.
Cure light wounds? Go for it.
So Akinferus has just gone up and down.
I mean, to be fair, that's sort of what happened last session as well. But
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, because I don't remember how many hit points I lost because when I leveled up, it gave me all my hit points back. So
that's all right.
Yeah, because we had a
Yeah,
temporary
but
rest
yeah,
anyway.
that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah, 13 back. Nice.
you're all better.
Just screaming at him.
Still all very battered. If we're going for the one of the things I'm very quickly going to say, sort of based on how the combat went last time, just in terms of the first drop to 0, just to keep the flow going. I just want to check in with you, so I run it by you before applying it. That first time when you go down, it'll be a drop to 1 hit point, so you're still conscious, active, can get out of danger. In the same combat, the second time, although you'll be stable, will be unconscious and therefore incapacitated. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lovely. Okay, that's the basis we'll run the combats on. Gives you some more survivability for being squashy. It's still in sort of in tone with the kind of the scars and the battle experience and the sort of the death being a less of an immediate pressing concern, but there's still a danger. Okay. I just suddenly remembered I'd meant to say it before we started, but I thought I'll bring that up now, seeing we're doing healing and stuff. Okay, Grazka, what are you doing?
Grazka is just sort of looking around. She's looking a little bit sort of I wouldn't say really with it. She's like she's been almost like someone's shaking her awake.
Okay.
And she's just.
Could you make an Arcana check in that case, as you're doing a general observation and your mind is sort of working almost subconsciously on a couple of things?
I don't even see grass going on that.
An 8.
Okay.
No, you got a 10 because you got +2.
Just what comes through? Yes, what's come through on the roll 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why that suddenly came.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You get the sense that while you can't sort of quite work out what type of magics are going on here, that doing some work to sort of try and understand what the runes signify might help with understanding better what's going on here as to what is the intended effect of this chamber.
As she sort of like starts thinking about stuff, she's going to walk over and just sort of start tracing the runes with her hand to try and work out what they are.
Okay.
She's still very new to being a wizard. She's still not sure how this happened, but
okay. Working my way down the list. Gorink, what are you doing?
Not a lot. I was just listening to Jake and Ariana witter out their theories between each other.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, it's a general thing. And One Eye, what are you doing?
Unmute my mic first. Going around searching for my arrows. I only dropped 3. I only fired out 3, but just trying to find, pick up as many as I can because arrows are expensive and a finite source. So I want to try and gather them back up. Okay,
you retrieve one of them. The others are broken or otherwise sort of basically need effectively to be reworked to be usable. So you can gather what's left of them, but one is retrievable in a usable
fair enough.
condition.
Just pick up one then. All good, thank you.
Could you try and draw the middle bit?
The sort of the runes and sort of layout and stuff like that. Absolutely. Yeah.
What would I need to do?
Well, you're not under pressure, so I'm going to. You've got enough time. Have you got pen and paper or?
Yeah.
Okay, if you've got pen and paper to hand, there's enough light from the runes and also the lantern that you can make a workable a workable sort of diagram / layout and copies of the inscriptions and things if you wanted to be busying yourself on that.
I know the spell book is normally used for putting spells in, but could I copy the runes down into it?
I'll allow it. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's that sort of. Here's a bit. You got the things there, and yeah, it's almost like it's that kind of Book of Shadows idea of his illustrations and bits and pieces and almost
because I know they're meant to be more for storing spells, but I thought I would just make sure.
I like it as a flavour. Yeah, I like it as a flavour. So yeah, no problem at all. I'll assume you basically got either just a case of it's a case of the pages of this are high quality in terms of the paper, but it's just a case of you're just going to use bits and pieces, or even that you have scraps of paper that you've stuffed in there and it's sort of like interleaved with the more bound stuff.
I would say it's one of these sort of books that very much almost like a scrapbooker's.
Yeah,
like there's all bits
That's
of
fair.
like, there's bits of like plants or like stuff that she's discovered will help cast a spell, and she's just sort of taped a little or like put a little bit in a like a bag or something inside, just as a
okay we could do that.
This causes a spell to happen, sort of.
It's that sort of that very personal to you, and actually that works well in terms of flavouring of other spell books you might encounter. Is actually part of the reason it's so difficult to do transcription, is actually almost having to kind of interpret the thought process and and all the other sort of the inferred values that are being sort of channeled in it as well, rather than just being a case of I'll just quickly copy that down. So yeah, I like that. We'll use that as a bit of world building. Not a problem. Does anyone want to help with this general gathering of runes and trying to interpret and work out what things are, or are we just sort of generally doing a quick sort of dressing of runes? And
I mean, once I'm done with helping Akenferris, given that I speak Goblin, and I suspect some of the others of us do.
Yeah, and I'd say One Eye would be happy to lend a hand, considering he's a goblin.
Yeah, so I think rather than all of us inscripting them, I help either Grashka or Jeek to make sense of the runes as well as just copying them.
Okay. In that case, Grashka, if you want to make another go at the Arcana, but this time with advantage because there's more eyes and.
Advantage. Where's my roll 20 gone? There it is. Oh, I see. I just realised why my rolls are. I can't see my rolls on roll 20. I'd had the sidebar condensed. 11.
That'd do it.
Okay, it's still eluding you quite what the purpose of these runes are, but given that the runes seem quite dim, that might be your choice. It could be that it's something that is growing slowly in power, or that is weakening in power.
Like it needs the rest of the
you would expect these sort of runes to be a lot brighter.
So it's like adding the weapons might increase the illumination of the runes.
Could be.
Maybe. Just throwing it out there.
Could be a thing.
Given that Jeek and I are helping with the One Eye and I are helping with the rune translations and inscriptions, can we roll Arcana as well to see if we know anything more?
You know what? Yeah, why not? At this point, there's enough of you getting eyes on it. So yeah, either One Eye or yourself make an Arcana check with advantage, please.
What's your Arcana bonus, One Eye?
Plus 1.
I'm +2. So
Sorry, my microphone's not picking me up unless.
Okay.
I'm +2, so.
Okay, go for it.
Did you want both of us, or was it just one?
Just one.
Just one of you, because you're helping each other.
Oh, jeez.
That'll do it.
There you go. Didn't even need the advantage.
and maybe partly this is from sort of especially coming from that Bardic tradition of it brings to mind stories that you've heard of old songs and this, that, and the other. But the realization you have, the understanding that you come to, is that these glowing runes are a manifestation of a powerful abjuration. They are keeping something locked away. And yes, these runes seem dim because quite possibly they have been here. Well, you know that this was built by Dakani, so it has been here for thousands of years. And quite possibly, given that the magics are weakening. Whether that's related to the blades being missing or something else is another part of the puzzle that perhaps needs working out. But that is enough context now to understand a little bit more of what's going on in this chamber. It is a seal of some description, keeping something away, and it's failing.
So is it possible, and I'm spitballing here, the gargoyles are the good guys, that they're trying to recreate the seal, and we've been stopping them?
Well, it's an interesting methodology. It's so far included murder and and banditry.
Just spitball. I mean, but everyone's the hero of their own story, right?
Oh yeah.
Graska don't know. Graska make up own stories. Graska not remember much. Graska move story.
I think we need to learn more before we start making assumptions.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
I mean, because then the question would become: do we take the axe from the one dude who still has a weapon, or think, no?
I don't think that would be a good idea.
I'm just
a gut feel. I don't think doing that would be a good idea.
I'm with your gut feel. Just saying, it depends on whether we think the weapon should be there or shouldn't.
Equally,
I think they should.
Equally, though, it says that if that's left here by us, well, it stay here. In other words, if we take it with us, could we not be better guarding it than?
Well, no, not if the spell requires the weapons to be in the statue's hands.
That's the thing that we don't know.
Yeah, and that's why I'm with Gorink to say maybe we shouldn't really touch anything until we know more.
If we leave it here and it gets taken and some ungodly evil does escape from that because of it,
But if we take it and some ungodly evil escapes because of it,
we can put it back.
Oh, you think?
I get your logic. I think what Akenferus is trying to say, and if I'm understanding you correctly, forgive me if I misunderstand, is that if we take it. Oh, excuse me. I had such a lovely nap the last time, and dreaming of all my songs I've been thinking of writing. Is that if we take it and something ungodly comes out, we can quickly put the axe back in, as opposed to if somebody else takes it and we have no way to reinstall it. Is that what you're trying to say, Akenferus?
We can see at least if moving it changes anything, we can stop moving it.
Yep.
Just a thought. I don't have many good thoughts. How about we go to the man who deputized us, the robot duty,
The magistrate.
How about we report back and see what he thinks? Because the last thing I want is to touch a magic weapon and potentially cause a bit of whoopsie.
He is the local point of authority.
Reska, could you make could you make an insight check for me, please?
I can certainly try. She's not very good at the moment with any of her rolls. Normal roll. Oh, 16.
Okay. A thought occurs to you that this sinkhole, this opening, has only fairly recently opened.
Okay.
The dagger was in the possession of Percival and his father before him, and the kobolds, according to the mercenaries, for a great many number of years. I'm not going to say anything more than that.
But the sinkhole has been opened for less time than the dagger was owned by Percival, his dad, and the kobolds. Probably.
But
My view is-
recent enough for the gargoyle to have come out.
My view is touch nothing at this point.
Silly question.
Mhm.
Does the axe look less dusty than everything else around it?
Make an investigation roll. You doing it on your own or anyone helping?
I'll
Yeah.
help.
Okay. If people are helping and you're doing a general inspection, make that roll with advantage.
Oh, so only Graska with... Okay, fine.
25.
Nice.
It's come to an 18 on the roll 20,
Oh.
but that's
Okay, either
But
way.
either way.
even so still a success. Okay, the stone is the grip in terms of the fit of the blade into the Minotaur hand is pretty sturdy. And yes, the dust is consistent with it having been here for quite some time. You reckon it is possible to remove it intact and for even to be usable?
Okay. How high is it and how easy does it look to climb?
Okay, the statue is a good 20 foot tall.
Okay.
There's Graska one uppies.
So
Yeah.
as a great axe in the hands of the Minotaur, it looks like an ordinary battle axe.
Yeah.
But
just
it
to give you an
doesn't
idea of the
be for
scale,
any
but
of
it's-
us to wheel.
Great. Yeah. If you're looking, Graska's trying
yeah.
to sort of start scrambling up.
Mhm.
She's not getting very
How about
far,
you cast-
but she is
How
trying
about
to
you cast
scramble.
heat?
And she just looks very frustrated that she just sort of keeps sliding down the leg because she's not very athletic.
I mean, by all means, make an athletics check now you've had a couple of goes.
Oh God, this is going to be so funny. If I roll
It's an
higher than
20.
roll higher than a 10, I will be impressed.
See what comes through. 11, not bad.
Not bad for a minus one.
You're able to eventually, by hanging on to sort of a carved belt and then getting hooked sort of into the fold of a tunic, and are able to sort of start to scrabble up a bit. I mean, it's certainly not. Any of you watching, it's certainly not the most graceful
It's not
or
graceful.
gainly manner of ascending a statue any of you have ever seen. And at one point, you're fairly sure Graska's about to fall on their head, but
So she's
yeah,
she's-
you're able to clamber up.
So she's going to get up and she's going to grab the is it a great axe, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's going to grab it and just sort of yank it with all her force.
Okay. In that case, could you make strength? Make an athletics check to try and remove it.
Normal and I can't.
Yeah, you haven't got the leverage. You feel it sort of start to shift a bit, but Yeah, you reckon it's gonna need some real brawn to tug it free.
I'm just gonna go. Changing man. Changey man.
Jeek kind of like
Jeek, that's his name. Jeek.
Jeek's like, yes, Graska?
Can you help with axe? If you weren't
Jeek's
paying
like,
attention, she's now up at the top of the statue.
Yeah.
Jeek goes,
And you're relieved all to hear that nothing had started grinding, nothing had started changing, nothing started flickering. So yeah, and more importantly, nothing else has fallen off the ceiling.
Jeek does sort of say out loud, going, that would be a great axe to have. So he sort of like walks over, looks up at it and goes, okay. How, you said it was about 9 foot tall, didn't you?
No,
It's a bit taller than that.
about 20, about 20 foot.
The whole statue is about 20 foot, but it's holding it out about shoulder height. So
Okay, Jeek is going to climb up the statue.
okay,
Do I need to make anything?
yeah, make an athletics just for sheer comedy value.
I'm just keeping an eye on those gargoyle statues and keeping an eye around because I'm thinking I'm not convinced by this.
Mhm.
All right. Do I need to roll? Do I just need to do a strength?
Athletics, yeah.
All right, that's 2 athletics checks.
Okay, can't quite. Again, working on your own, you can't quite. You feel it starting to shift. It's one of those things where it's been there so long.
Could Jeek just use his full-on strength?
Well, it should be being attached to your athletics anyway. This is doing it so you're not hurting yourself in the process.
Jeek's gonna throw.
Unless you're wanting to go and like damage the statue or something to release
So
it.
let's not damage the statue, people.
Jeek looks at Graska.
Just so you know, I'll be right back. I won't be long. Pull out my headphones.
Huh?
All right. I'll hold that thought.
Okay.
I love how Jeek was like, let's just leave everything, let's go to the magistrate. And Graska's like, I want to get this axe. And Jeek's like,
Okay.
I don't want her to hurt herself, I'll go help.
I just think this is going to be bad.
Yeah, me
I mean,
too.
What's the worst that can happen?
If you're working together, then it'll be with advantage. But at the moment, it's very much that thing of just the angle it's at, and it's been there so long. It's like, and I think it's it's like anything that's sort of been in a socket for an age. You're trying to sort of break it loose because it's settled so far in. You're trying to need to break that seal a bit.
I mean, I'm going to stick to keeping an eye because someone's gotta.
Mhm.
I don't know what Akin Ferris is doing. I don't know what Gorink is doing, but someone's got to keep an eye on the ceiling, the floor, the
Mhm.
seal, the gargoyles, because Ariana is not totally thrilled by this turn of events and really thinks we should probably be leaving the statues alone for the time being, but we're a team, so she's keeping an eye on, like, all these guys, maybe moves over here in order to have sight of all three.
Okay.
And
You can hear the various sounds of the miners starting to get closer. You can hear voices coming closer.
we need to, and she says,
Right.
guys, we're gonna run out of time soon. If you're gonna do this, and I advise against it, but if you're gonna, we need to get a move on.
You want to have another go, Morgan?
All right, am I having it with advantage?
With advantage, you and Jeek, you and Graska working together. Finally, you get the angle. It's that thing. It's a case of you have to sort of twist and up a little bit, and that just breaks that sort of inertia and grip of stone dust of ages, and all through that sort of sound, and then you start being able to draw it free from the hand. I mean, anytime if you've had various sort of statues and things where you've been putting a weapon in and it's trying to sort of release it from the grip, and sometimes it's just a little more difficult than you think it was. It's that sort of principle, but you are able to pull this Bayesh great axe. I'll do a proper item homebrew, so you've got full stats for it. But essentially, if the bards between them would like to do a arcana on the nature of Bayesh weapons, now would be
I've
a
got a
good time.
+3.
With
Ariana.
advantage, or are we both doing it?
Yeah,
With advantage or without?
yeah. But both of you make a roll.
Just a normal roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So between you, essentially the effect of these things, they're also known as Stonebane weapons. They're not inherently magic, but the bias score basically means that you'll be able to ignore resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage when used against creatures made of stone, or with stone-like natural armor, like gargoyles, petrified creatures. But it's also particularly effective against aberrations of nature. So if you hit an aberration with this type of weapon, they'll take an extra d6 damage.
Jeek is drooling. I just rolled for that. Jeek is like,
Ariana,
D6 of damage, did you say?
Yeah. And it also means that they won't, if it's an aberration that regenerates, it stops them regenerating as well for that next round.
Ariana is just checking the status of the gargoyle statues, the ceiling, and what have you, after the axe has been freed.
Okay. Yeah. No, nothing is moving. The glow of the runes does not change in any way. Nothing's moving. Nothing's falling off the ceiling. There's no ominous grumbles. No sort of eldritch screaming from beyond the outer realms. Yeah, that's encouraging.
Jeek is just hugging this great axe to his chest, just going, "It's so pretty."
I still think there's gonna be repercussions, but we'll see.
Mm. I've just kind of gone, ooh.
They got the axe.
Yay!
We've got the axe. Jeek is drooling and cuddling it.
The bards were able to recount there it is. The bards were able to recount a we'll have that. Double check. I will have a bit of a play. I thought. Sorry, someone has.
I'm just trying to see
Just
if
double
there is
checking
a
something.
condition on my sheet saying drooling.
Okay. No, I'll do a quick homebrew. I was looking to see if anyone had quite managed to nail it on the homebrew lists. In which case, I could just share it with you, and you could make use of it. But I'll make that up as and when it needs to do. So for now, it'll just be a manual remembering the. Essentially, what it does is it ignores resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage when used against creatures made of stone or with stone-like natural armor, such as gargoyles. And it's also particularly effective against aberrations, adding a d6 extra damage of the
Or-
weapons type.
And aberrations being what, like Medusas?
Like gargoyles, piercers, creatures that are warped, otherworldly. It's sort of. I don't think Medusas count as that. Let me
No,
just double
I
check.
don't think they do.
I don't think Medusas do, but let me just have a quick.
No, I don't think.
No, Medusas are monstrosities.
Right, okay.
Rude.
Didn't want,
Yeah.
I didn't want Jeek getting any ideas, that's all.
Geek having ideas.
Jeek
Jeek isn't the most Jeek isn't the most thinky of the group.
Yes, but that's what makes his ideas so dangerous.
To be fair, climbing up, I did think of Admiral Akbar.
See,
Oh, don't.
in my head, when you say Jeek's ideas aren't the most thought through, my brain instantly goes to Carl from Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Jeek's gonna climb down and sort of like just hold the great axe very like awkwardly, going, I don't have a sheath for this.
Yeah, this is bad because those miners are going to come here any minute now.
Yeah,
Isn't it after you literally just bought a new one too?
Jeek looks at the axe, looks at the statues, and goes, "What if I destroy the remaining statues with the axe?"
No.
Okay.
And I'm just sat there going, ooh, like a little kid.
Well, at the
Not gonna lie, the idea crossed my mind too.
What,
Well-
by statues, you mean the gargoyles, not the cobalt and the...
Yeah, the gargoyles.
Oh, well, yeah, that could be a thing, yeah.
I was tempted to do destroy those fucking things so they don't come after anyone else.
Okay, Jeek,
I changed my mind.
Jeek's gonna walk over to this one and hit it. What do I need to roll? Because I don't have
I
the
suddenly
great
go,
I'm going to move.
Can anybody hear that? And I kind of go, quiet! Will not hear that.
Jeek freezes and goes,
What have you
he
heard?
kind of puts the axe behind his back, trying to hide it.
It's like, I can hear voices.
Guys can hear voices sometimes.
You don't usually admit to that. It's not good.
No. They're actually whispering. They're not in my head. They're in here. They're whispering. It's kind of like...
Oh, that's not good.
But I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know whether it's coming from the gargoyles, whether it's coming from the statues, whether it's coming from the thing in the middle. I just can hear something, but I can't work it out.
Okay, everybody be quiet for a minute. Can anyone else hear them if we're quiet for a minute?
Does anybody hear them?
Kid mentioned it. The kid mentioned whispers when he was down here.
Seth.
Yeah.
Jeek's gonna whisper back, hello?
Can anyone
Well,
else
you
hear
like-
the whispers if we're quiet for a minute?
No.
Well, at the moment, Grazka's still sat on the arm, swinging her legs.
The miners are starting to
We should probably get out of
appear.
here.
They're sort of bringing sort of sort of torches and rescue kit, and they're sort of coming in, and there's that sort of you sort of starting to hear sort of cries of no, they're over here. What on earth are these creatures? Sort of they're sort of
I'll
stepping
go
in.
and say, Graska, jump down.
And Graska's just gonna jump, arms and legs wide, spread wide.
Do I have to roll anything to catch him?
Depends if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make an athletics check. Go on.
That'll be fun.
No.
I mean, you catch enough to break any fall damage, and not damage each other. But it's one of those momentary, and then sort of tumble to the floor. So Graska ends up sort of covered in dust at your feet, sort of not quite upside down, but yeah, as dainty and graceful as their ascent of the statue, and yeah.
Oh yeah,
now,
yeah, it's totally graceful.
Let's see.
Completely graceful.
Yeah.
You alright down there?
I'm just gonna be there. Go. The voice is whispered quietly.
You as well?
They're quiet, but Graska hears all sorts. Graska not know. It might be Graska memories.
I think it's probably time to.
Yeah, I think it's time to GTFO.
Yeah.
Is there? Does it seem to be coming from a certain direction? Sorry, Tim. Or is it just around?
Someone make a perception roll with advantage because you're all comparing notes.
I'll try it.
Who do you mean by someone? Anyone?
I'll try it.
Oof. Both of those are wow.
Okay, general. Yeah. Okay. There's some nice rolls going on there. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Between you, because you're all doing well on the rolls. So it's very much that. Okay. You're all comparing notes. The voices appear to be stronger when you're closer to the stone. So, be it a wall, be it a ceiling, be it the floor, sort of ear to the floor sort of thing, rather than the statues or the seal or something. So it seems to be something within the very fabric of this place. In fact, actually, with those rolls, you notice it's although you can't make out what's being said, it's right on that edge of hearing, of you're just aware that there's and your best interpretation of it is, but it seems to be more prevalent near what they were calling the quickstone, this kind of reddish stuff that they were able to sort of sing and mold and
Here, sort of this stone.
The like the seam stuff, like the stuff that looked like it was a seam.
So you know this red stuff here, but more sort of like the kind of the like I said, the rocks in here are a mix of the more usual rocks that you're used to elsewhere, but you also have this other stuff that appears slightly slick, and which they refer to as singing the rocks, and which they seem to be working it with it seems to be more susceptible to magic to shift its state from a liquid to a more malleable clay and then to set it, and that's what you rescued Tash from. That sort of she was in a pit of that stuff. The lad was sort of hiding in a crevice that he'd sort of semi dug with his bare hands. Now you've got more light in the place to sort of see. You can see his hand part where he's been able to do it. So this place is it's a really soft, malleable, more of a clay than a hard rock. But you have seen around the place stuff made from this same material that is set in its final form.
I think what we should do, and this is the voice of caution here, is get these miners. Let's clear this place. What we don't need is everyone else hearing the voices as well. And we don't need any more trapped miners. And
And you've got Gareth, the
I've
mine
just
foreman.
seen, yeah, I think it's kind of like, okay, there's some weird shit going on here. Several of us have heard voices, much as Seth described, and um, I think the mind should be cleared, at least this level of it, for the time being, until we can investigate further.
Or until
As I
someone
was just saying, with Gareth here, there's very much that thing of, come on, let's get you all out of here. I want to secure this. We were never going to be working this area. It's too unstable. I don't want anyone else having access. My goodness, he kind of looks at what you've discovered and says, I think possibly the magistrate needs to know about this. Could you guys go tell the magistrate what you found? We're going to secure this bit of the quarry, and we'll rope it off, and we'll make certain no one else comes down here.
The important bit here is, seriously, you need to be away from this. This isn't just like, oh God, there's valuable stuff here. We should have a look at it. This is got to be secured, and no one come in here until.
Well, we wouldn't. It's far too dangerous. I mean, I've literally just stepped over those creatures, whatever they were, that you guys fought when you were rescuing my workers. And if there's any chance of more of those appearing or coming through, no, absolutely no way. We're going to put up barriers. We're going to move the tents further away. I'll set some guards, and we'll try and work out some way of. Well, I mean, if you want, we can try and collapse the entrance.
No, we might be back. This looks like it's a portal or something that will need closing.
Okay. Right. We won't sort the explosives then. We'll set guards and
Does everyone agree with what I just said, by the way? That we probably don't want to collapse it with rock, because rock won't close it.
Yeah.
Seems to be. I mean, Goring seems to be in a little world of their own, sort of. I don't know, pressing the ear up against the stone.
Graska's literally got her face pressed against the rock, trying to.
I grab whoever's closest to me, I guess Goring, and sort of lead them out towards the, just gently lead them out towards, and nod to whoever else is around, going, can somebody get Graska as well? Because the people have heard the
I'll get her.
I'm trying to kind of pull away because I want to listen to what's being said.
And I'm whispering, like sort of whispering to you. It's like, think of the songs, think of the songs, think of the songs, and gently singing in your ear, and trying to drown out those voices while I lead you out towards the exit.
Okay.
Come on, Graska, let's get out of here.
She's not putting up as much of a fight as Goring is, but she comes willingly.
Okay. And yeah, in fairly short order, as I said, they were setting up sort of proper rigging kit to sort of be able to sort of get you out of the area, so you're able to be supported. You're not going to need to make any kind of rolls to be leaving. There are more of the miners have been brought back by Gareth to sort of support it, and they bought some of the mercenaries, some of the mercenaries that you met previously. Sort of, it looks like they've got about 3 or 4 of them starting to set up a small palisade. They've basically got a cart with them, and they're sort of offloading pre-sharpened stakes that are bound. It's sort of like a toolkit for a palisade sort of thing. They're starting to construct that right at the very top as a barrier, and so the miners helping them with that. But at least you know that your journey back to Red Rock is a fairly simple down the path. Are there any anything you want to do on the way back to before you sort of hit the road to get back back to Red Rock? i.e. before you leave the quarry, or
Can I see if Seth's about so I can try and have a conversation?
Make a quick perception check. There's sort of quite a flurry of activity going on now.
Mm. No. That was probably come through as a 1.
It is a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. There's so much going on. It's almost that sort of emerging back out into the sunlight and sort of the blazing heat after the sort of the cool of the underground. It's sort of a bit of a sensory overload of noise and dust and that beating down on you. So it's not surprising that you can't spot them at the moment. Someone's got the sound on their.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it turned off.
Okay. There you go. Oh, this is getting spooky. Random giggles.
Oh.
There we go. Okay, yeah, fine, no problem. It shouldn't be that difficult to track him down, find him later. But at the moment, in the bustle of getting all your stuff back together and back to the horse, whatever, you can't see him in the immediate press. Not a problem. If you guys want to kind of rest up before finding the
I think we should, because
the magistrate, that's fine, and you can do that, and then that's basically the space within which the long rest that we talked about last time can take place.
So does that mean I get the spell back that I used to heal Akenferris?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that long rest equivalent is taken as you sort of potter around and go presumably back to the Crown to sort of to make use of the wash facilities and everything else like that. And there's a usual sort of disreputable crowd in there as you pretty much expect you might find. So yeah, any sort of minor sort of quick changes of the clothes or bits and pieces, things like that, absolutely not a problem, and certainly easy enough to sort of flag one of the well, either to sort of to drop into the magistrate or to the town hall, or to, I mean, you can see in the main square, you see the sheriff sort of wandering by. So if you want to,
I want to drop into
you can. What I'm saying, basically, if you want to get a message to arrange to meet the magistrate, that is absolutely not a problem.
Yeah. And I also want to send a message to Kashka, the Medusa. I've got the address of, because I want to, during our rest, to have a visit with her.
Okay, that's not a problem. What I'll do is I'll just bring up the town hall map for the moment, just to away from. There we go. What was I going to say? So, whether you do that on the same day or you arrange it for the next morning.
Probably the next morning to have that sleep. I mean, we're all injured, and
okay. In that case, next morning, your evening goes smoothly. There's no more than the usual, unless anyone wants to go off and do any particular hijinks. It's a case of you can recover from the fight, and there's sort of obviously lots of questions in the bar from where did you get that those wounds, all that sort of the impressive sort of barely healed sort of scar that's formed on Jeek's forehead, which is sort of darkened quite spectacularly, or things like that. Commiseration with Akenferris that his coat's been utterly ruined, and then the reminder that he's got a coat due for delivery tomorrow anyway, so that's not going to be a problem. as you sort of get that sort of that sort of just general going on. The morning then can arrive with no great thing. Ariane, if we fold that into the next bit rather than this, just so I don't get
that's why I
caught
was.
up on a sidebar, and we'll come sort that in a minute. So the next morning, not necessarily bright and early, but as bright and early as it was on your first visit, but certainly a early-ish. You certainly have enough time to have your breakfast and sort of make your way over, eating and everything else like that. And doors to the town hall are open. Magistrate is there, with Sheriff Facet is the magistrate. No sign of Tashka here, but he's sort of certainly there and sort of will receive you. Looks with interest and says, I understand things were a bit more complicated than we believe. In fact, actually, we'll have Gareth there as well. He sort of will survive to sort of make his report. What happened? I've heard Gareth sort of tell of what he found when he and his crew sort of followed you in, but it sounds like there was some very strange creatures in there, and then this thing. What happened?
It looks like it's some kind of seal hiding something away. And this seal is weakening, and there are gargoyles guarding it, one of whom decided to wake up. And and the stones whisper. Anyone else want to add something?
No? Okay. He lets that silence hang for a minute.
Grazka's just there going. Voices.
Paces up and down a little. So you've got that consideration. Okay, so
It's a dangerous place at the moment. We rescued your 2 lost miners. I didn't hear the whispers, but others did. The seal is clearly weakening, and that is probably not a good thing.
Right. Okay. So one of our quarries, let me just get this straight. One of our quarries uncovered, by whatever means, and he looks meaningfully at Gareth, an ancient ruin, and from the sound of it, has released aberrant horrors into our realms. We already know that the gargoyle. You said there was another one released there, and I've received reports on the creatures that you saved Seth and Josh from. He sort of taps his fingers on his chin a bit. Very much that sort of thoughtful thing. Interesting you notice, you're used to seeing warforged made of metals and woods. His fingers and a lot of his construction seem to be made of stone. We need to put a stop to this. The 5 blades, I agree, sounds like they're part of this key to stopping whatever this thing is. Look. Do what you can to recover those blades, I would say. And we will very much be in your debt. Have you got any thoughts on...
As he says that, Duke's going to present the great axe and go, I got this!
Yes.
As much as I would love to keep it, because it is gorgeous and quite nice and really sharp, I don't mind you having it.
I don't know.
At which point I kind of sweep in to grab it from Jeek and go, Olask, Olask.
Graska's eyes just go really wide.
I just look really confused. There is something very wrong here. I think we should make our excuses and go and see what's going on with Graska and Gorink.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't seem to have sparked any recognition in
Our
Gareth,
our slightly
the
stony
magistrate or the sheriff. They sort of they have the puzzled look of what? Olask?
I try to usher our team out, because it's time we all sat down and had a chat.
Okay, just wait a minute. So, wait a minute. So, it's axe. That's that same purple metal. Is that the same as the?
We're still, we think so, but we don't know yet. We intend to do some investigation on this. Once we've done that, we will of course let you know, and if necessary, do what needs to be done. But right now, I think we need to regroup and see what's going on.
Okay. Well, in that case, or sheriff here will be around. Find us as you need. Good luck. Go heal up and keep us informed of what your investigations find.
I'm literally trying to do this. Come on, people!
As everyone else reacting, doing whatever I said, from what you described, Graska's got a strange expression on their face.
She's very much, where Gorink said Olask, she's very much like, oh no.
I'm just trying to drag, and I'm like, Jeek, One Eye, Akenferris, we need to get these two out of here because something's not right.
Graska's like Speedy Gonzales. She's gone.
Oh, God damn it, I swear I need a leash.
Just the mention of Olask is just like, nope.
Something is very not right here, and we need to sit down and sort out what isn't. And I'm like, I go over and whisper to One Eye and to Akenferris, and to Jeek. We need to see what's going on with Gorink and Graska.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about magic, but I can tell something's definitely not right here.
I'm not an expert here either, but something is desperately wrong.
Okay. I'm going to transfer to the Crown as a generic here is a space. That should be coming up now.
Yep, got it. And it's kind of like we should all be sitting together, I think, or trying to anyway, with our group.
Yeah, grab yourself a table, and I'll populate. Well, assume that there are a general mix of
can I have
of people coming and going.
Can I have it that Graska has run off to where she normally stays when she's working?
Yeah, okay, no problem.
She's hiding.
We grab her back. We go and either join her or grab her back, because we have got to figure out what's going on here. This is not good.
Do you want to be found, Graska?
Yeah, she wants to be found.
Yeah.
She very much.
Easy enough to do. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, when we leave the magistrate, she's just safe place.
Okay.
When we join her or I suggest we join her in the safe place, especially along with Gorink, because they've heard something we haven't, and they're not happy.
Okay.
I'll just do a little. When you get there, literally all you see is just almost like a really bad shack, and it's just got a little like a little hay bed, a little cloth that goes over the top, and there's like little trinkets and stuff in the shack where she stays normally.
Okay, let's.
And it's
call-
literally next, to the graveyard.
Okay, for the lack of any other location, but just to have as a.
Yeah, no, it was.
Because I haven't made up a map for that.
No,
I am trying to move your respective characters. Give me a minute.
I'm like, yes, I moved them myself.
Get in. You know.
Yeah. There you go. So assume that this little building here is the shack that we've been talking about, and I'll make something more specific. But it's a
Yeah.
nice little single room.
I can't get into it.
You're on the outside. Ah!
Yeah. Yeah, if I try opening up... Oh, God, I can't open up doors.
I
I was
can't
trying to
open
open up...
doors.
Just
be able
trying to open the
there you
door
go.
for
There
you.
you go.
No, I
You
can't
do
open the door.
Are Medusans treated like vampires in this? Well, have you invited in?
To be invited.
No,
Again.
no, it's that someone keeps closing the doors as fast as I open them.
I'm not even touching the doors anymore.
Anymore.
I'm still touching.
I mean, I can't even interact with the
Oh.
doors.
That is showing. Oh, you should be able to click on it and make it open. But there
I'm
you go.
going to refresh
Nope.
my page just in case,
Yeah.
but I can't interact with anything. Not doors nor
Yeah.
windows.
I will move you in. There you go.
Can you move me in as well, please?
I have. I literally just have.
Okay,
Okay.
now I can
Yeah,
interact.
we are. We're in.
Do a refresh of your page, and that's good.
A question,
Repaint it.
DM. Did you see the message?
Give me just one moment. I have had many messages. The answer to that is again the same as has been for Grazka. You're all kind of working together, so in case if you could try, but they are going to notice.
Okay.
Right at the moment in time. And then just in terms of pacing and stuff, just keep it to this for the moment, rather than splitting the party just at this moment.
Okay.
But yes, absolutely, you are in this little rundown, shabby, almost sort of made it looks like it was sort of thrown together rather than necessarily built. There are sort of gaps in between the planks. There are bits of it held together with twine, other bits that are nailed together with very bent nails that sort of seem to have given way sort of halfway through being secured. The frames don't really fit, or they do, but sort of opening them, you suspect, would probably dismantle half the sill. But it's shelter from the sun, and because the windows are on the side of the building, it's not direct sunlight in, so it's not sort of bright and painful to the eyes of someone who sort of is very much designed to be living underground. And the candles are dim light, but enough to sort of see what's going on. And for those of you with night vision, you can see as clearly as if it was daytime, just with the kind of the limited light that's here. And Zeke, if you can turn your lantern on if you want, or you're fine. You can certainly see enough. But yes, you are gathered. If you want to have a conversation.
Boring Kongraska, what did you hear? You need to tell us now.
Grazka just looks and just goes,
Olask.
Orlask? How did you hit Orlask? Whispers too?
Do you mean how do I hear Olask? It was whispers. Olask.
Oh, why is this why is this only word Grazka here? Grazka no like.
Yeah, neither does Ariana, to be fair. What did Orlak tell you?
Nothing. It was just that was the only word I heard. Does it mean anything that we know of?
What are you thinking of? Are you thinking into what, a particular set of languages, or
is it
a type of knowledge, or what's your in terms of your trying to investigate and work this out? Where are you thinking at the moment?
Grazka feels like it's a name.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
but she doesn't know why.
Okay. Well, you're in a room with a couple of bards who know their history, or at least some history. So, one person to do a. Do you want to go with the history or an arcana?
Well, I mean, given that one of our bards has heard the name Orlak as well and is equally as affected, can she roll it as well? I've only got +2 on either.
The reason I'm
I
saying
can
one
do
of
that
you
with
is
a
it'll be
plus.
with advantage because you're all pitching together ideas and
I'll
what you've
do.
heard.
I'll
Like
do
that.
history. I've got a +4.
Okay, yeah, you do it.
Okay. So roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Not a name that appears in the history books,
Hang on,
but
I've rolled it.
oh, with
I
advantage,
didn't.
22, much better. Okay, so I'll complete that sentence. It's not a name that appears in the history books, but you do recall some legends of the devils, the infernals, the creatures of outer madness that the Dakani fell, defeating and pushing back into the darkness. And it is the name of what is called an overlord. The history, the legend as you know it, goes something like this. In the first days of the world, the fiendish children of Khyber rose from the darkness to reign over Eberron. And the greatest among these were the overlords, who held dominion over the world, until the children of Eberron and Sybaris rose up against them. Armies of dragons fought against the fiends of Khyber, and when it became clear that the overlords couldn't be destroyed, the Coatl sacrificed their lives to build a prison of celestial light, a silver flame that bound the overlords in Khyber. These bonds have held for countless generations, but the overlords still yearn to break free and reclaim the world above. As long as the overlords are bound by the silver flame, they can't physically manifest in the world. But each overlord embodies a particular aspect of evil, which grows in strength as their servants scheme to unleash their ancient masters. The overlords gain strength when mortals embrace the dark paths laid down for them, and as they grow stronger, they gain more influence. And there are some 30 or so named overlords bound in Khyber. But the name Orlask is one that resonates from within that set of names. Let me just find my details here. It's not where I thought it was going to be. Right. So Orlask is also known as the Still Lord. You don't know a lot about the...
Still
As in still.
STIEEL.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What you recall, were able to pull together from these really quite ancient legends are stories of what if the world was still silent and peaceful? What if everything was stone, perfect and eternal? The stories talk of promises of stone feeling no pain, of not fearing the passage of time. Embrace Orlask, and you can be immortal and serene. And so basically there were two core things in the stories that you recall, and I'm giving this because you rolled such a high target. The two sort of themes that typically come about in the stories that you've heard are first the idea of flesh becoming stone to bring peace and silent perfection to the world, And the second is that the stones are alive.
The sound of
That there are
music.
voices in the stone, whispering secrets, offering wonders. And a lot of the talk of the cults of Orlask typically arise from miners.
Because that's where stone is.
Or
Sorry,
sculptors.
didn't catch that bit about the miners.
That quite often cults of Orlask arise among miners, or sculptors, or other people who work with stone. What the motives are of this creature, of this overlord, is that's not really what these stories get into. But those are the themes and sort of the general context of that word.
Okay.
Did you happen to see, Tim, my message?
It's not really something that there's a saving throw going for. They're not under an influence.
So, guys, it sounds like you and Goring and Graska are hearing the sound of this overlord. Any chance you could ignore it?
Could you not be brainwashed by a cult?
Yeah.
Graska don't
We do not
brainwash. Graska not have enough water.
Have you tried not being a mutant? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Kind of go. I'm not brainwashed by anything. I'm just being still and listening and absorbing.
Nothing creepy there.
I could turn you to stone and see how that works out. I mean,
Let's be friends. Why would you want to come into
Now,
stone?
there's an interesting comment from the Medusa.
I mean, because I don't actually turn people to stone, I just freeze them for a while.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I could,
Mhm.
I could give it a go. Anyone wants to volunteer?
Graska's just, yeah.
Fine.
Oh,
I've got to volunteer. All right, Graska, look into my eyes.
Which
Not
ones?
round my eyes, but into my eyes.
Which
Yeah.
ones?
Yeah. I don't have my snakes yet, so you know. Right.
She looks at you right in the eyes.
And she takes her sunglasses off and activates grey gaze.
Are you willing to fail the saving throw,
Yes.
or would you like to
Yeah.
make the saving
No,
throw?
I'll fail it.
I failed the saving throw.
Okay.
The whole...
You
Graska is
are
dead.
right with shooting pain and take a point of necrotic damage as your stone sort of flicks, as your flesh begins to sort of solidify briefly and then tear free as in sort of flakes of some of your scales have turned to stone and then fallen off the flesh. That stings. That really, really stings.
Ow.
Does it help? You feel any better?
No. It hurt.
I kind of look a little bit horrified, having not really seen it happen before, and kind of going, "Why would you do that?"
I did
Why not?
ask first.
One Eye's actually going to like also get out of his seat and go, I thought you were joking.
Completely out of character, out of game. Yay, pain!
I just thought it was,
Damn it, Nifty.
you know, it's like homeopathy, you know.
This is definitely
We've
not
already
like
discovered,
homeopathy.
homeopathy, it doesn't work. Are you still hearing Orlok after all that?
Am I still hearing Orlask?
Well, I mean, none of you have heard since you've left the. As well,
But are you still like a...
let me put it this way, Graska. No, you have not heard Orlask since you left the the mine. No.
Yeah,
But,
she just goes, no,
Graska, are you still thinking stillness is a good thing?
no, it hurt.
Yay! A cure!
Graska need painkillers.
I look at
Ariana, you are
Ariana and
not
go-
free. You are not stoning anyone.
I look at Ariana and go, "You're not doing that to me."
Stone the kobold, stone the kobold. Wait, what?
Stoner!
You
Guys,
get stoned. You
guys,
get stoned.
guys,
Everyone gets
it would
stoned.
stop her singing.
Wow.
I hear that and go,
Yeah, no, I'll drink it. I mean, it's seriously. I just thought.
"Yeah, no, it's a good idea."
Yeah, it's certainly an idea.
Graska just picks up the scale that turned to stone. Is just looking at it.
But Jeek's just going to look over Akin Ferris and go, so, never look into our eyes? Yes?
I put my glasses back on very noticeably.
Mhm.
Guys, I have to do that on purpose. I discovered that during our battle on the train, so you're all good. She did let me. She let me. I asked her.
Who wants to start carrying mirrors around in future?
Jeek goes, I mean, are we carrying around mirrors so that makeup can be done?
No, so that if someone tries that on a member of our party again, they get a taste of their own medicine.
One eye. Graska's going to give you the scale that turned to stone.
One eye just
Can
gonna
we-
kind of look at it and just look at the scale, look at Ariana, look at the scale, and then back at Ariana again.
Willing,
I did
willing
ask.
volunteers or not, we don't hurt each other.
I won't do that again. I promise.
Jeek looks in his bag and goes, I don't have medicine, so I can't have a taste of my own.
I do use my medicine skill and patch up Graska.
Yeah, absolutely not a problem. You got bandages, clean cloths, to sort of stem the bleeding
And I
sort of-
feel
You
awful.
almost treat it like it almost kind of looks like a burn. I suppose is probably the best way to describe it in terms of the actual kind of lasting.
It's not a huge amount of damage, but it's just like I just thought they wanted stillness.
Yeah, you got an onion that draws the pain and keeps it clean and
Back.
yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
It
Oh, so you
wasn't
get
much
your hit
damage,
back,
but
gotcha.
the principle of us hurting each other, yeah, we don't cross that line.
I can Ferris, I wasn't meaning to her. I was trying to give stillness, thinking that maybe that would help break the spell.
Thinking
It-
with abilities that you yourself don't understand,
Well,
you could have killed her.
Probably not, but fair.
I'm going to draw a line and say that it's happened, it worked. We all shake hands that that it's only a thing that we pull out if absolutely necessary.
Sounds fair.
And I am sorry, it was just an idea, and Graska did volunteer.
I did.
At which point I go, "What have we learned, Graska? We don't volunteer
we
for
learned
stuff that we don't understand."
Graska just shrugs.
Graska, do you feel any less pull from Orlask?
I think it's fair to say there's not any. Those of you who have heard that word, you are not feeling a pull
Yeah.
of any description.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is no enchantment upon you.
Oh yeah, I
it is-
gathered that anyway.
you were listening for you were trying to determine what the whispers were saying. The only thing that you were both able
I think it was more that
yeah
Grazka was freaked out by the fact that Gorink had heard it as well, and is now like,
See, I was convinced it was some kind of poll that was going to, hence my plan for a cure.
I mean,
so
I think it'd been I think if it had been the other way around, Grazka probably would have done the same. To be fair, because she freaked out and ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I misread that. I thought it was like, I need to get back. I need to get back there and to worship.
Okay.
Grazka don't worship anybody. Grazka have people worship Grazka. Grazka worth it.
Yes. L'Oreal. Wait, do I have a L'Oreal spell?
No, though there is a beautician in town. There are made right beautician. So you could. There may well be the equivalent. Quite possibly the Durask healer at the shop's called the Patchery. So it may well have all sorts of potions and medical services and shampoos and various things like that are almost certainly part of that. So you have heard that might be a way to go through. I think at this point what we'll do is, because it's just coming up towards the end of the session, is you've got a bit of thinking to do about the way forward. Part of that is to have a consider of the various bits of information that you've got of where you might be looking next for these weapons or for information around them. And one of the things I'm sort of going to allow and give some time for, and we'll do the resolution of next week, is what's called downtime. So effectively, because there's no immediate rush, rather than it being you are frozen in time now until the next session, you guys have got a week to pursue investigations or to look to procure types of equipment that may not be immediately off the shelf, or to spend time carousing and relaxing, or to make things or perform whatever rites you feel you might need to do. There's all sorts of categories like sort of carousing and indulging in crime, gambling, just relaxing, researching, things like that.
Randomly.
So what I'm going to invite you to do is just to write in the chat, so I've got a memory of it, of what you would like to be focusing on your downtime activity. And the reason I'm saying to write it down, presumably that you do this as some sort of stated thing of what you want to go for. If you want to keep it separate or have a separate side thing you want to do, then do it as a whisper. But otherwise, just put in what you got there. I will then, when we start next session, we'll start by resolving what your week of downtime has brought you as results.
What chat do you want it in? WhatsApp, Discord?
In the Roll20. I'm taken by that sort of probably what you were talking about in your whisper earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I send it in Discord?
If you want to, yes. The reason I was saying in Roll20 was so I had one single place to go to
okay, no worries.
to find, but
So do it as a whisper.
yeah. It's not a case of you all go your separate ways and you don't see each other, but just as a focus for your week. That said, there were sort of things like, obviously you did hear from the mercenaries the name of the valley where the kobolds were that they got the dagger from. One Eye, could you just very quickly make a quick intelligence save for me, please?
Ooh.
Save. Oh shit.
Yeah. That's the mechanism I'm choosing. It's not actually a save.
Okay.
Okay, no,
Ugh,
fine.
7.
That's okay. No worries. Just a mention of orc. Yeah, mention of orc. You have seen someone in a similarly scaled cloak in the last 48 hours, as that design that you saw on the statues. In terms of the other odds and sods, Kazakh Dral, I did say last week, you know where that is. That is a city which is now occupied by a society of Medusas.
I want to go and visit Tosh.
Yeah.
I've got her address. I've got her business card.
Yeah, you do.
That's what I want to go and have a chat with her just about what it's like being a Medusa. You know, I mean, I've now used the grey gaze both on enemies and a friend. Sorry about that. And just understanding more about it and more about what this is, you know, that kind of thing, because she was raised in a monastery or a abbotry, whatever you want to call it.
There might be a thing if, depending on how your new job next week and my return to work, if we do have a drink, that might be something that we can just role play as a separate.
Yep, sounds good.
A separate bit.
And also the other bit that I've mentioned in my whisper.
Yeah. That I'll do separately. Okay. Fair. So I've got one from Gorik, one from Jeek, Ariana, Raska. Anything from One Eye or Akenferus?
I think my initial thing.
I mean, even if just relaxing, that is a perfectly valid thing. And certainly, what you'll be able to do is pick up your brand new bat leather duster.
I was gonna say,
that's ready.
Pick up the new coat. Get the fucked up one fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to send in the text thing, but I didn't know how to whisper.
No, me neither.
Oh, it's in the text box. It's /W. Then if you put in start to put in DM, it should then autofill on the drop down to DM Tim.
Okay.
And then after that, whatever you want to say, and that'll just come through to me. Sorry, I thought you'd.
No, I think I tried to ask, but I don't think my microphone picked it up.
Right. Okay. Sorry about that. Yes. Little hand haberdashers certainly send you a note in the next day to sort of say, oh, your duster is ready, and the goblins are very pleased to welcome you back. So one early evening to do a sort of a fitting and sort of just check it's all done and release it into you. So you can absolutely add that into your equipment.
I shall have a think and
how you want to describe it. But any item, if you're looking at your equipment on your character sheet, you can customize the item in terms of its description, things like that. So yeah, have fun thinking about what it looks like, or any particular detailing or bits of its appearance that you want to have on there. There's a bit of flavour. You've paid some money and they've given you the bits and pieces.
Also, while we've got the downtime and I'm keeping an eye on Gorink anyway, I'm going to give her singing lessons if she'll accept them.
Yeah, no problem.
Did we get paid?
He actually gave you the money up front. It was 20 gold, I believe it was. Let me just double check.
Yeah. It's 20 gold, and then there was a remainder amount when we completed.
Yeah. I figured there was an upfront, and then there was a when you've done it, we'll give you this. Like
so the first bit was for the investigation as to what the hell happened, and you had the
We had the stipend.
Yeah, you had
Which you
the.
spent.
That's right, and he then gave you the. No, I think he gave it to you all up front. Actually, let me just double check.
No, I think he gave it to us.
I think he gave it to us up front. I'm just having a look.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because I didn't put it in my inventory because I accidentally doubled the last one, and so it all worked out.
Yeah.
It was.
I've got 20,
It was 20 gold each.
Yeah, and then stipend
Yeah.
of 100 gold.
To spend at the anvil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you spent bits of that on bits of kit upgrades and stuff. But yes, you have got that extra 20. And yeah, so the conversation will need to be had with Alamash, because technically you're not. Well, I don't know. Are you still deputized?
No, we haven't handed our badges back in.
You have completed your.
Now we are just mercenaries.
You
mercy.
have completed the specific task that you were deputized for. So yes, you won't want that back. It does mean you'll need to negotiate your lodgings, whether that's staying at the Crown or looking at the Golden Dragon or some other location to settle as you own.
I think we should speak with the magistrate as well, because there's still more investigations to be done if they want to keep the mine open. And also, there's this pit of infinite evil.
Yeah, I get the feeling that's their problem now, not ours.
Graska have name, you know.
Tell you what, Ariana, make a persuasion roll for me. I'm sort of muddying a little here, but it's a good way of just winding things down. Okay, you're able to make the point that actually, because he has asked you to sort of to think about and to investigate and to find out that they would be in your debt, he will maintain the. You're being deputized while that investigation is taking place. So, as a result, the offer is still there if you want to stay at the Crown, or if you'd prefer to move to the Golden Dragon, that they'll pay for your rent for those rooms for the duration. Should you want it? I mean, if you then want to move somewhere else or do something else, that's a separate conversation.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
For the time being, your bed and board is basically covered.
I mean, if we're getting a free bed and whatnot, I'm staying put.
Absolutely, yeah. Save some ongoing.
Classic logic, never say no to free shit.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Right. Coming up on 10:30. Yet another fast-flowing. Time has flown bloody quickly. Thank you all for coming here. The mystery is starting to widen in scope. The voices are getting louder, dare I say. Thank you all very much for your time. I'm assuming, in general, that we're all available for next week, so we'll aim for that. So on that note, all of the things being equal, we'll call the session there. I shall hand control of the channel back across to Leah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tim. It's been a great session.
Thank you, Tim.
Yes, that is the end of the session. We will be signing off. I'm going to go and jump in a very hot bath and try and loosen these muscles, because Jesus Christ, have I suddenly started to hurt.
Yep.
And we will be back late. Probably might even be tomorrow night. We don't know. We'll see what happens. Or Monday or whatever. We'll see what happens. On that note, thank you everybody. Take your meds, stay hydrated, and as always, from all of us here at the channel, get some sleep. Night.
No.
Night.
They're waving.